Belarus, etc. You can talk if you.
Hi. I'm still alive.
With a smile, 36-year-old Daniel Schneider of Sykesville, Maryland, tries to hide his distress as he sends a message to his family. Seconds later, reality returns.
Love you all. Bye.
Сына через границу без согласия матери. По версии следствия, 35-летний Дэниел Джозеф Шнайдер приехал в Калининградскую область, чтобы повидаться со своим 4-летним ребенком.
Schneider's story has appeared on Russian state TV. Detained since July 2023, he is serving a 6-year prison sentence after a judge convicted him on charges of attempted illegal border crossing and kidnapping. The child involved is his 5-year-old son, Dorian, who was born in the United States. 11 Investigates obtained copies of Schneider's recent appeal in both Russian and English. The appeal was denied.
Worry is the biggest emotion. I mean, I'm worried about Dan's safety, his health. I'm worried about Dorian.
It is a custody battle that seems to have started immediately after the boy's birth. Schneider's family says he successfully fought to get his name on the child's birth certificate. And as the custody case moved forward in a Baltimore County courtroom, the mother, Svetlana Bunina, left the U.S. and took Dorian with her to Russia. She continued participating in the case through a video chat application. When she left and took the child, how did this impact Daniel?
I mean, he was devastated.
The Maryland court did eventually order joint custody, but by that time it was too late. Mother and child had already left, and Schneider traveled to Russia, first hoping to establish his parental rights there, and his family says out of frustration, he decided to make the desperate move. Did you talk to your brother about his plan to go to Russia to try to get his son?
I did tell him this seems very, very risky. You know, there's the potential for you to end up in prison, detained in Russia.
His family says Schneider did get permission to take his son to the zoo. The mother required the surrender of his passport. He did surrender it. During the outing, he tried to cross the border into Poland, a NATO country, hoping to explain his situation, but got lost. He called Dorian's mother, his family, and Border Patrol.
He voluntarily surrendered, you know, just trying to say, I give up, I'm worried about Dorian, just somebody get us. They were in a very kind of like a woodsy area.
Schneider's mother has been in touch with federal authorities trying to gain her son's release. 11 News Investigates contacted the U.S. State Department. A spokesperson tells us we have no higher priority than the safety and security of U.S. citizens abroad. We are aware of reports of a U.S. citizen detained in Russia. When a U.S. citizen is arrested abroad, the department monitors the case closely and works to provide consular assistance. At this time, we have no further comment. If you could talk to your brother right now, what would you say?
I tell him, you know, really, really miss you. Hope to get you back.
We can talk about what's legal, what's not legal, but if you need to know what the reason is someone did it.
His mother and brothers rely on an attorney overseas. They are bracing for another reality.
I don't think Daniel's ever going to give up trying to have access to his son.
They worry Schneider's son, who has become a significant part of the family's life, could remain in Russia. For 11 News Investigates, I'm Barry Sims.
Daniel Schneider has another appeal pending in that Russian court.